Imagine a fighter who steps into the octagon not just to win, but to survive the impossible. A fighter who faces giants, survives brutal wars, and stands tall after every blow. This is Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, known to fans around the world as Big Nog. A man whose career was built on toughness. A true legend of MMA. Big Nog didn't just fight opponents, he fought the limits of human endurance. From the moment he entered the arena, he wasn't just aiming to win, he was aiming to show the world what it means to be tough. He fought to survive, to prove that no matter what, he would never quit. Take his legendary fight with Bob Sapp. Sapp was a 350-pound monster, a freak of nature. He threw everything at Big Nog, trying to break him. But Nog, battered and bruised, kept coming forward. And then, when it seemed impossible, he locked in a submission and shocked the world. That moment summed up who Big Nog was never out of the fight. But it wasn't just about surviving. It was about making history. His fight against Tim Sylvia for the UFC interim heavyweight title changed everything. Sylvia had a massive reach advantage and controlled the first 2 rounds. But Big Nog didn't back down. In the 3rd round, he found his moment. He locked in a guillotine choke and became the UFC interim heavyweight champion. With that victory, Big Nog became the first fighter to hold both the Pride and UFC heavyweight titles. He was no longer just a champion in Japan. He was proving his greatness in the UFC too. It was a legendary moment that no one would forget. However, not all of Big Nog's story was about triumph. The turning point came with Frank Mir, a dangerous fighter. Mr. lit up Big Nog on the feet and finished him in the 2nd round. It was the first time Big Nog had ever been knocked out. But the reason he looked off that night, he had been dealing with a terrible staph infection. Still, he stepped into the cage. That's who Big Nog was, a warrior. Even when it seemed like his body had been through too much, Big Nog kept fighting. His career was built on survival, on taking the hits and still finding a way to come back. His toughness was unmatched. It wasn't about being the fastest or the strongest. It was about being the hardest to break. Big Nog's story isn't just about victories and losses. It's about his heart. It's about a fighter who kept going no matter what. It's about a man who proved that no matter how hard the fight gets, you can always find a way to survive. How do we measure his legacy? Not by titles, not by stats, but by the respect he earned from his peers. Fighters like Junior Dos Santos, Daniel Cormier, and even Frank Mir, they all respect Big Nog because they know he was one of the toughest to ever step into the cage. Big Nog wasn't just a fighter. He was a symbol of toughness, a living legend of persistence and heart. His legacy is one of the greatest in MMA history. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the legendary career of Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Keep supporting the true legends of MMA. And remember, no matter how tough the fight gets, real warriors never give up. Stay tuned for more.